Welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to give you a quick update on this beauty, the S3000 Cyber Watch by BenlyDesign. And we're going to take a quick look at some other watches that BenlyDesign has brought to the website, which look remarkably cool. And I would definitely love to get my hands on them. I'm not sure I necessarily will, but that remains to be seen. They're automatic watches and very, very eye-catching indeed. This has been on my wrist almost every day since it arrived. I haven't even got round to wearing the Terminator yet, which I look forward to at the beginning of this week. So far, this has garnered more attention than any other watch I've owned. Hence why I've got this on the table, because this was at number one. This was my the watch, or one of the Mr. Jones watches. I did own another one until I gave it to a friend called the King. These were the two watches which most people came up to me and asked me about, obviously because of their design. When you take a closer look with this one for the Mr. Jones watches, and please do check out their website and my videos, or any other videos online for that matter, because they're really cool watches. The minutes here rotate as the time goes by, and you have a jumping hour right in the centre there, so the hours jump on those teeth. This is very cool. They're all artisan watches, so they have artists who create different designs of the watches, and the watches are assembled in London in the UK, and they're reasonably priced, only a couple of £100, up to a few £100 and less. They have for £150 quartz movement versions. They have automatic watches with either Chinese or Swiss movement. So very cool indeed. They now also come with sapphire crystal. This one is actually a mineral glass. But very cool indeed. Get a lot of questions, a lot of people asking me about this, but it has been knocked off the top spot by this. I have had more people approaching me and asking me about this watch than any other. And well, in my view, the two important things about watches are the story, the history behind them, and a topical conversation. So having a watch which starts conversations is pretty darn cool when it doesn't cost all that much. And it looks pretty darn cool as well. I have to say, obviously, these bracelets, which are rolled links, are very comfortable, but I have had one or two hairs pulled out within the few months that I've worn it, but to be honest, no different from any other type of watch with a bracelet with very close links as these. That seems to be stereotypical of any watch like that, unfortunately, and I'm sure I'll experience the same. I may not, hopefully not, but with which these look slightly further apart. The gaps, they've got more of a gap between them. Maybe they won't pull out the hair so much, or if at all. With the solid links on this version, which is pretty cool. You can see they're much chunkier as well. So looking forward to wearing that next week. So yes, this has been excellent. It's very comfortable. It's I haven't even worn it on the rubber strap yet. I actually prefer this bracelet on it, on this particular design. As you may know from my previous videos, I've been predominantly wearing the S1000s, which are a different type of BenlyDesign watch, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. I've been wearing those predominantly on the rubber strap, which you can also purchase off the BenlyDesign website. Because they just seem to be far more comfortable. But for some reason, this feels almost like for like in comfort. Obviously, sort of more rigid. You do notice it slightly more on the wrist, as you would than a rubber strap, which just makes the whole watch feel that bit lighter and obviously unnoticeable, goes unnoticed. So yes, this has been thoroughly enjoyable. Like I said, the only downfall is the fact that in direct sunlight, just like with any other LED display, OLED display, it's going to be very difficult to read. But other than that, it's a great watch for 90 odd quid. And as you will see on the website, depending on where you are in the world, it still comes with free shipping and all your duty and tax included. So though they may seem cheaper on AliExpress and Etsy and other places, it's actually cheaper off the website, including if you still have that availability of free shipping and all the taxes included, because obviously on AliExpress that's excluding taxes. Anyway, let's turn around the screen and check out these new really cool watches. So the first watch I'd like to show you on the BenlyDesign website is the Cerebus, which is £631 or approximately $820 odd. So this comes in several different colour schemes and options, and as many of you may or may not know, it is a homage to one of my favourite watches by Urwerk, the UR100V. I'll put a picture on the screen now. You'll see there are a few differences. So normally I'm a little bit, or I have been sort of fairly negative, not necessarily negative, but sort of dismissive of homage type watches. And it's not necessarily to say that I've never owned any or don't own homage watches, but I have to be honest, I find them to be a little bit lazy because they're almost direct clones of other watches. But who am I to say, because they obviously sell and they're very popular. But anyway, I'm never going to be able to afford the £57,319 for a used Urwerk. So yes, this would be quite an option and something I would definitely consider. I really love how this operates. Its dimensions, I'll give you a quick look here. Let's have a look here. Is 41mm by 50mm by 8.8mm thick, which is actually very good. It has 50 meters water resistance, and the movement is a Miyota 9039, so which has been modified obviously to compensate for these hands. I can't zoom in any better, I'm afraid. Oh, here we go. Yep, should have clicked on it before. Anyway, so here we can see that the hours are told by these rotating sort of almost what are we, pyramid shapes, I suppose, and the pointers then, as they come round as a jump hour, show you the minutes. And it's desperately showing or flashing add to cart at me at the moment, and I am very tempted. I would invariably love to get my hands on one of these to review. I absolutely adore Urwerk watches. I think there's probably more chance of me falling pregnant than necessarily having the additional money to splash out on something like one of these genuine pieces. So yes, I would definitely consider one of these. Now the next watch I really like is also another homage of the Urwerk, which is the base 60 for £357 or $500 odd. It looks that two of these look to be sold out at the moment, unfortunately. However, there is still one available, and it does look very cool. It is a clone homage of the Urwerk UR202. Again, they're, for the value for money, I mean, the Urwerks are around, well, it depends actually. You can pick them up for roughly 30 odd thousand up to 70 odd thousand. And this is obviously a much more affordable version. Again, dimensions not too bad, 42mm by 48mm lug to lug, and a 14mm thickness, which is still very thin for something which uses an automatic movement, which is a Miyota 8215. So very cool. Like I said, very similar to the Urwerk. There's enough or many differences in both the Cerebus and the base 60 to tell them apart from the original design, which I quite like the fact that they are that much noticeably different as well. So the final watch on our website, not necessarily going to be everyone's cup of tea either, and it's quite a chunky piece, this one. I'm not sure exactly how it works yet. I've got to figure that out. It's called the Slindrex. That's 813 British pounds, so over $1,000. And what you get is a really cool looking contraption. I'm not sure that these sections in the middle spin around. I think it's actually these longer red hands or red pointers that actually are the things which spin around the dial. As we can see on the end here, with the through the sapphire crystal, this is actually a rotating rotor, which I believe winds the movement. And the other end, you actually have the time. So a bit of an awkward one to tell the time from, I suppose, on the wrist, because you're going to have to put your arm straight to have a look at the time. And I wouldn't know how easy it is to tell the time the other way. Anyway, 3 really interesting watches. Do let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Until next time.